This past year, I've been learning how to embrace humility, flexibility, and the importance of having faith in people, not things. On the morning of August 28th, 2014, I awoke to a text from my mom that said, "Our church is on fire." My heart dropped. I felt like I'd had the wind knocked out of me, and I was shocked and confused. My mind was inundated with questions. How bad is it? Just a small fire? How did it happen? Is anyone hurt? The firefighters, some of them are church family also, were already on site battling the blaze. We weren't quite sure of the extent of the fire. As soon as I was able, I rushed to our over 100-year-old church, and it was worse than I had hoped. The fire began in a spot that almost would ensure the most damage, directly under the blower of our treasured organ. The sanctuary was a complete loss, and as we would find out not much later, so was the entire building. The cause? Arson. I looked up at a building that held so many memories for me. I had been raised in this church. I sing here every Sunday in choir. All the weddings and baptisms and holidays quite suddenly forced into a place of memories. My place of solace, my place to find peace. Yet I felt there was something bigger than us and our grief. I had cried nonstop until I showed up. It was strange, but I felt a sense of calm amidst the chaos as soon as I got there. The moment I saw my pastor, I just felt thankful that no one was hurt. And I said something to myself that has become almost a mantra to our congregation. The people are the church, not the building. They had to crash through our ultra stained glass window to open it up. Fire and smoke were everywhere, tons of water rushing onto the roof. But amidst all of that, something stood out even more. Groups of churchgoers, arm in arm, praying, crying, comforting. And not just churchgoers, but members of the community who had come to rely on us for comfort, food, support, and friendship. Now here we are, 14 months later, and we're still standing even if our building isn't. Surprisingly, it didn't take as long as I expected to move from a place of mourning to a place of hope and excitement about the future. We get a chance to begin again, not an opportunity afforded many churches. It isn't always easy. We hold our services in a middle school cafeteria. Our organist has gone from a world-class organ to a little upright piano. No candles, singing in lackluster acoustics, a folding table for an altar. And we have our disagreements about decisions for the future. We definitely don't always agree. But many times it's merely minor differences in opinion. Should we get pews or chairs in the new building? That may end up being our biggest debate of all. But certainly, for all of us, it is just as nerve-wracking as it is exciting. We all just want a beautiful new place to call home. But through it all, so far this experience has brought us all closer together. We have bonded and united in a way that is so much stronger than before. In a very dramatic way, we have learned just how fleeting material things can be, and that our strength didn't come from a building or its contents, but from each other. We feel strongly about one thing, that we are the church, and we have survived. The best words I can leave you with are ones our organist put so eloquently and succinctly in a song he wrote while standing in the parking lot as we watched our building crumble before us. We are the church, God's living stones. We are a temple of flesh and bones. We live in hope, sharing our trust that God can bring life out of ashes and dust.